Hello. I welcome you to MathVideoLectures.com in behalf of Arturo A. Vega, founder of this website. MathVideoLectures.com, of course, is about mathematics. Here you'll find lectures about many different topics, all related to mathematics. The site is organized into sections. Most of these sections cover, each, one major area within the science of mathematics. The sections that cover areas of mathematics are divided into subsections, and the subsections are, in turn, divided into themes. Each theme includes several lectures, and the content covered in every lecture is presented through a series of related topics. But, what makes MathVideoLectures.com different from other sites related to mathematics in the internet? Well, the whole contents of the site are developed around the fact that there are a few fundamental concepts upon which new concepts as well as the vast majority of mathematical objects are constructed. These fundamental concepts are presented through a handful of lectures grouped in a section especially dedicated to them. Then, all topics included in the lectures within other sections of the site are referred, when appropriate, to those fundamental concepts. So that, the study of this special section, will facilitate to a great extent the thorough comprehension of each new mathematical object or concept introduced later in the rest of the lectures within the site. Furthermore, you will learn that there is a logical way to approach any situation you face when dealing with math. It is called mathematical thinking. Opposed to performing a series of memorized procedures and operations that, due to their mechanical nature, performing without thinking, often yield to wrong results, the mathematical thinking allows you to clearly understand every new problem, and then, glimpse and logically apply a strategy based on the fundamental concepts to reach a solution. This way, you have to memorize a lot less, while at the same time you understand a lot more. On the other hand, as mentioned before, every lecture within the site is divided into a series of topics. Each topic is presented through a short video and, between the videos, small chunks of text are added to summarize the key points of the previous video as well as introduce the next one. Thus, every lecture in the site is like a mixture of classes at school and chapters or sections within textbooks. Only that, unlike lessons in a classroom, the videos allow you to rewind, pause, forward, backward, or replay, as many times as you need, the exact same lecture. And, unlike chapters or sections in a textbook, there isn't a huge amount of written material to study, because most of the information is included in the videos. Furthermore, dividing the lectures into short videos avoids the need to review a long and boring movie all at once. Instead, you can learn little by little the content within the lecture. Also, this lets you review a specific topic you are interested in without the need to study the full lecture to which it belongs. Additionally, every lecture includes written notes of its content. These notes can be consulted and/or downloaded from the internet for later printing, so that you don't have to take notes while watching the videos. This way you can focus completely on the topic presented in the video without any distractions. All this lets you study the lectures at your own pace and make them fit your particular needs. As you surely have noticed by now, learning math without suffering isn't just a nice phrase used as motto for the site. Instead, it's the main objective while its contents are developed. Now, who is this site for? Well, since you've gotten this far, now we both know that this site is for you. But let's try to be a little bit more precise. The direct answer to that question would be, MathVideoLectures.com is for anybody interested in studying mathematics for middle school, high school, technical school, or college levels. As prerequisites for some middle school themes, some aspects more suited for primary school are presented. However, the teaching techniques employed aren't the most adequate for kids younger than 12 or 13 years old. Likewise, within some sections, a few themes better suited for postgraduate studies are covered too, but, then again, they are only a few. Nonetheless, while the content of the site is developed having students attending the mentioned levels in mind, neither language nor material intended for a particular age or group is used. This way, the content is also perfectly apt for professors, parents, tutors, or anybody wishing to refresh her or his previous knowledge or acquire some more. So, don't hesitate. Start exploring the site now. I sincerely hope that you will find it attractive and that you will end up really learning math without suffering. In behalf of Arturo de la Vega, I thank you so very much for your attention.